Act 2, Scene 3.
Dude, we caught this scene so early, I don't remember any of it.
Yeah.
So none of us remember it. So why don't we read it and then see what we think now.
I want to be a citizen.
Well, that's good, because that's all that's in the scene is citizens. Oh, Franny.
Number 1, citizen number 2, citizen number 3, Citizen Kane.
Yeah!
Oh.
That was pretty bad. All right, let's do this. Oh, full of danger is the Duke of Gloucester, and the Queen's sons and brothers haught and proud. And were they to be ruled and not to rule, the sickly land might solace as before.
Come, we fear the worst. All will be well.
When clouds are seen, wise men put on their cloaks. When great leaves fall, then winter is at hand. When the sun sets, who doth not look for night? Untimely storms make men expect a dearth. All may be well, but if God sort it so, 'tis more than we deserve or I expect.
Yeah, I really, really like that.
Why is that?
It's things that are constant. When this happens, this happens. When this happens, this happens. Every day, throughout centuries, the same things happen.
But he's replying to the first citizen, right? He says, who said all will be well, and he says all may be well.
Mm-hmm.
But if God sort it so, 'tis more than we deserve or I expect, which seems to me a little bit less comforting.
I read it and I just think of just like basically saying, be prepared.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Be prepared. It also kind of sounds like a fortune cookie.
Like what?
Like I feel like I could have read that in a fortune cookie.
Well, I think it's basically saying if you don't expect that bad things are going to happen now, you're a fool.
Mm.
Like, you're a fool if you don't put on your coat when you know it's cold and it's going to rain. We're supposed to expect those things.
I feel like even though this seemed to probably be like the low-hanging fruit, so to speak, it is like a good like kind of mid-play, let's like recap what's happening here, you know, the mood of the play, what's going on. Like that's kind of that's the point of it.
And
If I was thinking about my audience and I had time, I would keep the scene.
I think given where we were at the time and what our goals were, you know what I mean? I think we were right to cut it. And I could see a world in which this scene, somebody at the time said they could see it like in like old movies where you get the newspapers.
Yeah.
You see the
Yeah, like
people
all about it, like
different
yeah.
headlines. Wait a minute. My joke earlier was totally apt because that's the way that Citizen Kane begins.
Oh God.
that was a joke.
It was. Franny, are they always this mean to you?
Yes.
These are people who have no connection to any of the royal characters in the play. And it's like, I seem to remember talking about how poignant it was that they're following this so closely and can actually do nothing about it.
Regular citizens, really. I mean, you can't do anything about it but talk about it. Are you able to walk into the White House, or are you able to talk to Queen Elizabeth?
Keeping that element, but cutting this. We did keep the scrivener in Act 3.
Right.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was talking through that she did a word for word, and all of a sudden she goes, oh, okay, this is exactly how I feel about politics right now. That just speaks to what we were just saying. I like this scene a lot more now than I did then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too.
Honestly, I feel like I think that it might have been better off cutting other stuff.
If we kept this scene, we could have cut way more.
Right. I feel like I probably was on the side of cutting it, and I'm kind of changing my mind now that I've read through it again and remembering doing that play.
Everybody else seems to know from the get-go that this dude is bad, right? Even the third citizen, who's like full of danger, is the Duke of Gloucester. There really isn't a lot of deception there, and what there is like not very skillful deception.
You're right. He doesn't have to work hard or at all. Like, honestly, a lot of what he achieves via Buckingham. Like Buckingham's planning or actually orchestrating the stuff.
And he's going to be the only one that doesn't die. Come on. Now talk about the night turning into day and being stupid about it. Put your coat on, Buckingham. put your coat on. It's gonna rain.
Good.
The clouds are coming.